I'm Joshua Bardwell, and you're going to learn something today. We're continuing our exploration of Betaflight 4.0, and the feature I'm going to show you today is going to make some of your lives a whole lot easier. And the feature we're looking at is automatic PID profile selection based on battery cell voltage. You see, these days, we are using different cell voltages on quads more than we really ever have. It used to be that you'd build a quad and it would be a 3S quad or a 4S quad, and that's what you would run on it, period. But especially with the advent of micro quads, we're seeing more and more. You run your Mobula 7 or your Eachine trash can on 1S or 2S. Or you may have like a 3-inch quad that runs on 3S or 4S. And this has spread even up to bigger quads where people with maybe 2150 kV motors are running 5S for full power and 4S for like cruising proximity. It's a brave new world. The thing is, though, a lot of times you're going to want different PIDs, different tuning for different battery voltages. The default PIDs work great on a wide variety of quads, but especially for people who like to tune to the nth degree, the perfect PIDs for 4S are not going to be perfect for 5S. And that's why Betaflight has PID profiles. You can go into Betaflight Configurator, into the PID tuning tab, and sure enough, here are the different PID profiles, and each one can have its own PIDs. But here's the thing. If you have to manually select the PID profile, that's a little bit annoying. Why can't Betaflight just know that I plugged in a 5S battery and select the correct PID profile for it? That's the feature that we're looking at today. So the first thing we're going to assume as we go into this video is that you've got different PID profiles set up. And here we've got profile 1, 2, and 3. And you've decided that, say, profile 1 is for 4S, profile 2 is for 5S, and profile 3 is for 6S. Then what we're going to need to do is go into the CLI. Yes, this is still a CLI only option. And the parameter we're going to be concerned with is Auto Profile Cell Count. Now this parameter is stored in each of the PID profiles, and its value is used to determine whether this PID profile will be selected based on whatever battery voltage you just plugged in. I just barely made it to the end of that sentence without sneezing. Now the simplest way to use the auto profile cell count is as follows. First you're going to type profile and the number of the PID profile that you're using. But because programmers are annoying and not normal people, programmers like to count from 0. Normal people like to count from 1. So PID profile 1 is actually profile number 0. Thanks, programmers. So we're going to type profile 0, and that will put us into PID profile 0. And then we're going to type set auto profile cell count equals, and type the number of cells that you want associated with this profile, like 4. So now PID profile 1 will be automatically selected whenever we plug in a 4-cell battery. Then we're going to type profile 1 and type set auto profile cell count equals 5. And I just pressed the up arrow there. There's a little keystroke shortcut. If you just press the up arrow, it'll go and to previous commands you've typed. And we'll type profile 2, which is actually PID profile 3, and set auto profile cell count equals 6. And now we've got it set up so that we will automatically select PID profiles 1, 2, and 3 based on whether we plug in a 4, 5, or 6 cell battery. Super easy and simple, and it works almost all of the time. By the way, when you're done doing that, you will need to type save in the command line and hit enter, or it won't be saved. That's always true when you're working in the command line. I just backed out of there without hitting save because I actually don't want to set my quad up this way. This is just a demo. Now you may notice that sometimes your quadcopter does not detect the cell count correctly. If you have a fully charged, or if you're using high volt batteries, you have an overcharged 4S pack, Betaflight may think it's a discharged 5-cell pack, and then it's just flashing at you with your low battery warning the whole flight. The way to fix that is to go into the Power and Battery tab and raise the maximum cell voltage. This maximum cell voltage parameter is what Betaflight uses to figure out how many cells your battery has. It takes the cell voltage, it divides by the number of cells, and it says, well, if it's more than 4.3, then it must be the next voltage up. So if Betaflight is consistently misidentifying your cell voltage, what you're going to want to do is increase this from 4.3. I usually set it to 4.4 on all my quads. And in my scenarios, even if I'm using high voltage batteries, Betaflight never misidentifies the cell voltage. The more complicated scenario is that you can set auto profile cell count equals 0, and that will keep this profile locked in and never automatically switch away from it. And auto profile cell count equals -1, which causes it to skip to the next profile. And most people probably aren't going to use these, but if you want to dig into this Betaflight GitHub page, you can see the devs discussing exactly how and when to use these and examples of how they would be used. I'm going to leave that out of this video because, well, to be honest with you, I started reading it and my brain kind of went, and then I just was like, screw it. Let's just make the video for the way most people are going to do this. One more thing. If you want to be able to make sure that you have the correct profile selected, you can go into your Betaflight OSD tab, and right here, the PID rate profile setting will show you the current PID profile and rate profile that's active. At the very least, you may want to just turn that on while you're testing and debugging this to make sure that it's loading the right stuff. That's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is pretty cool. I am super excited about this because it's going to let me try 6S high kV motors with scaled down motor outputs, and I'm making a video about that too, so look for that in this playlist. This video is one in a playlist of all my Betaflight 4.0 videos going through all the features and tuning of Betaflight 4.0. By the time I get done with it, Betaflight 4.1 will probably be out because there's so much here, but I'm doing my best. If you want to check out that playlist, it's down in the video description. I'm going to go out and fly with these automatic cell PID count thingies and do some testing for this other video, and 6S high kV, I'm going to get out of here right now. It's beautiful outside. I'm going to fly. Why am I sitting in here making videos? I have an illness. I don't know why. Let's go.